Hello, 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 guys. This is Ken coming to you again with the Rug Detective Show with another episode. Absolutely fantastic. And I hope you're having an amazing start to the day or end to the day, wherever you are in this world right now. Anyway, so today I'm going to actually have a conversation, a quick talk to you about the trend. So obviously what we do here at Rug Detectives, we basically provide as much value as possible in terms of the whole crypto market. So we have a DeFi checklist where we provide you with a breakdown of these are what you go through before you decide to enter a trade. So from on-page analysis to product to pre-sale, all the way down there, you can get this for free if you go to my YouTube description, also in Twitter. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and follow as well. But also we have like a scam wallet. So the scam wallet basically gives you a breakdown of all the different projects that have scammed, not all, but the projects we've identified that's connected to like a deployer wallet. And then these are the projects. So if you're interested in investing in a company, make sure you do these checks first. So pull up this checklist and do the checks first, and then combine it with the rug detective checklist to make sure you're making the right decision. Yeah. So go all the way down to auditors, the repository, team, lock tokens. I do reviews on a daily basis of these projects, and I put this information. This is just for myself, and I wanted to make this public so I can be able to help other people in this space. Okay, so that's that. But basically, I wanted to talk about is where we're moving to in the whole marketplace. Now, I love this individual called Chamath. And Chamath Palihapitiya, if you don't know who he is, he's a Sri Lankan, Canadian, American venture capitalist, engineer, SPAC sponsor, and the founder and the CEO of Social Capital. He was an early employee, senior executive of Facebook. He's literally a billionaire, so he's really forward thinking, looking at what's happening in the space. And he came out, he had an interview a few days ago with Bloomberg, and I don't think people really gauged exactly what he was talking about. And I wanted to really make sure that my community is aware of where he sees this whole market moving to in terms of investment vehicles and the whole crypto space, and also where I see this. I actually align my long-term views with his, actually, so which is absolutely a perfect storm. So I just wanted to basically just play you just a snippet of this Bloomberg interview.
It's a very important trend that's worth understanding. The other thing is, so many of the dislocations that we've seen won't happen anymore when we go on those rails. So, going back to this whole GameStop debacle, as I've learned more, and as you probably know now too, a lot of this has to do with the arcane way in which stocks are settled. And what I learned was we used to have a T+3, after the trading day, 3 days later is when you'd settle. And it was moving heaven and earth, crying and screaming to move companies to go to T+2. Well, if you're running a stable coin or, smart contracts on top of Ethereum, all of this next generation infrastructure, this is T+0.
So what you mean by T+0 is basically the transaction time for settlement, yes? So basically T+0 basically means that the transaction will actually occur not just the same day, but actually nanoseconds instantly. So what I've basically done is I've created a document in terms of transaction plus 0 days in financial processing is essentially the ability to complete a stock transaction on the same day as it was made. So includes settlement, payment, transfer of ownership. So we clearly have the luxury within the whole crypto space that is happening literally in seconds, obviously dependent on the speed. Obviously with Ethereum, it has some struggles sometimes in terms of how long it takes. But this is where he says this is number one, extremely important in the space with stable coins and what we're looking at.
Right, you're settling things in a nanosecond. And that's really good for everybody.
In addition to Bitcoin, which coins, if you will, cryptocurrencies, digital assets, are you a holder of? Are you a believer in?
Well, I will be publishing this soon. I am building a fairly sizable portfolio of what are called NFTs, non-fungible tokens, some digital art, some virtual trading cards. And these may sound crazy to some, but I do think that that's the next frontier of digital currency and digital assets. And so I have been building a portfolio. my decision is the team and I will announce it. We will publicize everything we own, and we will make our holdings transparent so that folks can track along and see as we buy and sell things. So that's coming in a few months. I'm not really ready to show the details of exactly what we hold yet, but I'm really excited. Maybe in a few weeks, actually, but I'm very excited. We're almost ready.
Hello.
So basically, he literally just really touched on huge important parts: NFTs, digital art, virtual trading cards. Yes. So you can clearly see what's happening within the whole crypto space already. There's been a lot of projects that's really touching on the NFT space and really working on these areas. And he's actually now starting to build assets, start investing various projects within this space. And this just gives you the opportunity now that we don't have to wait for the big hedge funds. We don't have to wait for the big banks to tell us what to do. We're now in control of our own finances, which is an amazing opportunity. And in addition to that, it's transparency. So he's going transparent and saying, listen, I'm actually going to be entering into this trade, and this is why I entered it, and you can be able to see transaction. Hence, he's using the blockchain for that. Yes. So we can clearly have full transparency in terms of what he's doing. And as he mentioned, it's the frontier market. So if you're not aware, NFTs is non-fungible token, which is basically a special type of cryptographic token which represents something unique. Non-fungible tokens are thus not mutually interchangeable. So this is in contrast to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and many network or utility tokens that are fungible in nature. In terms of the whole market size, because we always have to look at, yes, this is what he's saying. I totally support, and really this is my also focus for the next few years moving forward. But we also have to see is what's happening in terms of the market size. So basically just want to just show you here when it opens up. If you take a look at the NFTs market size research, the gaming market will basically grow by 180 billion in 2021. Let me say that again. The NFT market size is going to grow by 180 billion in 2021. We're not talking about in 2022, 2025, 2050. This is where we are this year. So what we need to do as people that are participants in the community, being part of this whole ecosystem, is to find ways as how we can be able to take advantage of this opportunity, whether this is by creating as developers, as team members, as marketers, by putting projects together, by investing, by adding your support, any skill set you have. Now's the time to be part of this whole situation. So there are companies such as Azuki, which is a Japanese project, Doki, a Japanese project, DDS, which I've spoken about a lot in terms of building like a Shopify for the whole crypto space, and also having NFTs. So these are the areas that they're looking at. Then he actually spoke about digital arts. So digital art is an artistic work of practice that uses digital technology as part of the creative or presentation process. So it gives you a breakdown of how it works. And digital art itself placed under the larger umbrella term new media art. So in terms of that, this is another aspect that's really going to complement the solution of NFTs, and it's really building something that's going to be phenomenal in the space. So in terms of the market size, and I just wanted to show you here, I've got a graph to pull up. The market size we've seen since 2013, there's been a phenomenal exponential growth to the upside, where we now in between 2019 2024, it shows here that according to the sources of global online art sales, amounted to approximately $4.8 billion in 2019, so up by 4% over the previous year. So the forecast is to increase to a total of $9.3 billion by 2024. So that's a phenomenal growth to the upside. And what we have to do as individuals is really sit and think and digest to see, okay, what role can we play? Do we have expertise? How can we be able to become a master and find a specific angle and niche that we can start maximizing? And companies wise, I'm going to really hone down and start looking at projects within the space that I can be a part of, that our community, so my community that we can be a part of, that we can be able to grow and spread the word, whether it's investing, whether it's helping towards the project. We want to just take this whole market to the next step. And the only way we can do that is by playing a role. Then he mentioned virtual trading cards. So essentially, in an attempt to stay current with technology and digital trends, existing and new trading cards companies started to literally create digital trading cards that lived exclusively online or as a digital counterpart of a physical card. So we're hearing a lot, even stuff like Gary Vaynerchuk, who's well known in the space as, you know, an influencer, marketer, being part of phenomenal companies, sold companies. He basically is a huge proponent of virtual trading cards. He goes out, he shows sometimes on his videos going out and selling these cards. So the digital collectible card games were estimated to be a $2 billion market in 2021. And I foresee this really increasing in terms of the size, the value, and also the participants that's taking place. Again, as a community, we would also be focusing and honing down on these companies within the space, looking at these early projects and finding ways that we can add some form of value. So just to let you know, I'm going to add this document to the Patreon file, which is, if I can find it somewhere. Oh, well, I'll send the link. I'm sure you have the link. Just go to Twitter, go to, it's also located here. Was it? Yeah, so also located here, so you can be able to find this here. I'm quite active or recent in terms of different trading opportunities I add within the Patreon group, rankings of top projects in the market, risk management course I'm looking to produce. I give information about projects of the month, so due diligence, direct conversations with the founders and devs, and essentially also have a checklist in terms of this whole process and in addition to the auditing. So you can all find that information within the description of YouTube below, also in Twitter. And really thank you and appreciate everyone that's really supporting the cause. And please make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll be coming back to you with another one. Anyway, take care, guys. Bye-bye.